In today's video, I'll be doing a full VOD breakdown of a game that I played against a stack of champions, and I just want to break down some key points that should help you, whether you're in even bronze to, high plat elo, and if you're looking to make the push to get better and to get into higher ranks. Now, this game is from my Twitch. I stream over there on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. East. I recently have been doing a lot of my solo queue games over there so I can, just get higher in elo. So this season I can actually get diamond on my solo queue account. If you guys want to come check me out, link will be down in the description, but let's get right into the video. Now in this game I played Fish, Icon, Gomez, and those are probably the three names that you might know the best. These players are certainly better than me, and they're definitely a more well-rounded team than my team. So going into this game, I had, my viewers say I'm going to probably lose this, and my main response was, that's fine, I'll learn from this, and games like this is what makes you a better player. I think a lot of players have that issue when they face higher ranks or just better people in general. They automatically think they're unbeatable. Especially on PC, you see people that face pro stacks and they immediately want to run away, or they immediately are like, okay, we're gonna lose this. You need to go into a game with confidence and not the thought process that you're gonna lose. Because if you go into a game with bad vibes and immediately think that you're gonna lose because you're facing better people or they've hit higher ranks than you, then you lost right away. Starting out, the main thing that we did wrong starting out is we gave the attackers so much control. We're playing Cafe, of course, as you can tell, and usually on Cafe, you usually have somebody sitting over here in bitch corner holding, anybody that goes into cigar. And we weren't doing that. We gave them cigar shop. Nobody was playing Shaiko. Nobody was, contesting anybody in CS. And it's like we were playing like we were scared. And that's a big issue with players when they face better players. They switch up their playstyle and they start playing very passive. So I think that was one of the biggest issues starting out this game, because like on Cafe, you need to contest them from taking cigar. Like I'm Maestro, I should have realized that I should have maybe won other operator if my teammates were going to play like this, because you can't be scared to take gunfights. But the main reason why you don't want to give them this entire area is because once you give them this entire area, with a minute 37 left, they have so much control of the map. And on upstairs bar side, when you're holding that site, you're kind of limited to where you can play after they take all this control, because you have cocktail lounge and then you have freezer and then white hallway. You're giving them so many angles to peek from. For example, cart wall has holes in it for my Maestro cams, and we're so pushed back. Like I'm over there in cocktail lounge, and then nobody's playing Shaiko, nobody's playing CS. So immediately we just gave them a lot of control, and this is something you're going to want to avoid. You need to contest the attackers from taking this much control, and not force gunfights, but take the gunfights that's needed, because these are very aggressive players. Immediately they get first pick. So we're down a man. I swing off that intel because I realize I can't be sitting there like a sitting duck. I try to get the refrag and swing to new. Kind of have to force the gunfight in this situation so we can get man like 4-on-4. So I act off the information, and this is something that a lot of players tend to not do, and in like lower ranks from plat 3 and under, is they don't act off information enough. I'm trying to act off the information that my Goyo is giving me. He's saying cart wall, or he pushed in cart, and they give me a red ping and I just shoot. Even though I got line scanned, now it's a 4-on-4.
I got him. I got the guy on cart.
Also, communicating who you killed and just like simple stuff like that is what you need to be doing. Right here I kind of got in a bad predicament. I went back on my Maestro cams. I didn't realize he was skylight, so or he was under skylight, and he just smoked my pack.
Oh no, he dropped out. He's under skylight. He's under skylight. Yeah.
And like when you die, you shouldn't like be molding in any way. You shouldn't like immediately give up because you lose one round either. Because in this game we actually go down 0-3 because my teammate lags out, and then we had to play 2 rounds without him. But after the first round, I realized that I need to play a more aggressive role. I hop on Mozzie, and I decide to play around VIP because, you know, once again, we gave them so much entrance and we gave them so much leeway and so much time, and we weren't contesting them. So I thought they might be a little bit more aggressive and try to make a white push. Once again, they get first pick. We're giving them early picks, which we shouldn't be in the first place. I don't know how he got picked off. I hope he wasn't spawn peeking, but I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna probably watch this, and the enemy team is definitely way better mechanical players than me. I'm still trying to work on my mechanics a year into being on MNK, which I thought that I would actually have it down by now, but I'm not the most comfortable person on mouse and keyboard yet. Sometimes my movement feels really good, and then when, like, it tends when I stream, my movement just feels so bad. I think it's something like mental, like in my head when I play, and it kind of does suck, but
They open my running up.
And this is where good lags out. Lethal's down because Twitch pushed him. He got pinched. I'm trying to act off the swing and coat because I did see a drone pass through. And I kill one, but I couldn't connect to the second person. I couldn't flick to the head quick enough. I shot the neck, and once again, lost man advantage too early.
One's coat, one's red hall.
If you notice, what the enemy team is doing is they're playing off each other very well and acting off the information and acting off the gaps that we're giving them. For example, we gave them bakery very quickly, and that allows them to collapse around red hallway, bakery, and even coat, because they realize that, you know, they have man advantage. They can play refrag, and if they play refrag, it's going to be 1 versus 0. Okay, so once again, we get down 0-3. My teammate was gone. He finally returned into the 4th round, which kind of sucked. We thought that we were just gonna get 4-0'd. We kind of just said, screw it, let's just you know, get this game over with. I just set up my cam down in a reading room corridor, which, you know, we have a limited amount of drones, which is 8 in total because my teammate lagged out. So I don't think this was the best use of my drone, in all honesty, because, like, I'm not gonna push this area. And, like, what is this really watching besides, you know, maybe a white rotate late round? This could be maybe helpful if, you know, somebody went under for a C4, but I think this was a waste of a drone. Now, we get a very early pick because they're playing hyper aggressive, which tends to happen when you're up 3-0. You start to throw bodies, and now we make it a 4-on-4. It's very even. This is partly why we started to come back, is because they were just playing very aggressive. You know, they were like, yeah, we're up 3-0. You know, let's just basically just play very aggressive. And they're a very aggressive defensive team because, you know, they just, you know, play off our passiveness, and it's very smart. And it's something that, you know, was a huge gap in the way that we just played. And immediately, you know, once again, someone spawn peeks. He basically re-peeked off of after Lethal killed one of them, and now we're in a 3v4. And Odie gets picked off, and we end up it being in a 2v3. And I just say, screw it. Let's just, you know, I'm just going to drop, take gunfights.
That is so sick.
Aces gets a pick, and we're left in a 2v2. So I'm, you know, I know Jaeger was heaven, and he's going to be around C1. And he might be even on the rotate here. So I'm just waiting for him to peek me. Once again, we have a minute 50. So he's going to get antsy and he's going to end up peeking me. And I'm just trying to get a frag. Because if I get a frag here, we're going to be in a 2v1. And it's going to be a lot easier to execute a plant. And he peeks. And I get the kill. Shoot the default. Our positioning here was very bad. What should have happened here is Aces, my Zofia, he should have communicated that he's going white hallway, which if he did, I didn't hear it, but he didn't, and I was still under new. We have a minute 45, and I thought he was in CS, so it's both our faults together. He didn't communicate, I didn't communicate what I was doing, so we were both in a wrong. When you're in this type of scenario, you need to be communicating with your teammates how you're pushing, what you're doing, you know, micro callouts, for example, like, yo, I'm under new, I'm gonna push for whatever. Like, it's a little bit hard to play and communicate that much, but it's very helpful in the long run. My thought process here was he was going to be CS, and then I was going to use my ace charge to, I think I threw it at the floor or something, and after that, I'm going to basically play off that sound and try to get a plant down, because ace charges are very loud, and they're very good for masking sound. I should have maybe quick peeked got some information on freezer door, cart. Because somebody was there, I was gonna get easily killed, and I'm pretty sure I die here because I didn't look around for information.
No, he's fucking cart, man.
Yeah, I got smoked.
Cart. He's gonna be inner bar now.
Okay, he ends up actually getting the frag, and we force it into another round. Okay, so out of spawn, what I suggest is always keep your gun up because you never know what window someone's going to fly out of or what they're peeking. And especially against a very aggressive team like this, keep your gun up is very, very needed. Because they're kind of playing off our passiveness once again, so.
Yo, one's close right. Yeah,
He's still there. You're close up now.
close left.
From the half wall, yeah. He's like on the spot.
Okay, as you can tell right there, I droned out Jaeger. I'm pretty sure as soon as he shot my cam, he crossed. And Odie was droning like bakery out himself, and Aces was in the right position to play off that intel. Once again, playing off intel, very key in us winning these rounds.
Yeah, Echo's on 3 ring.
Aces kind of ran in without his gun up, so. And I kind of got mad at him, like, bro, like, what are you doing? Okay, so Good gets that initial frag, and we're in a 3v3. I decide to rappel upside down because somebody's gonna probably peek prep. This is a very annoying angle to peek and get killed by, so I would be fuming if I died to this. I end up shooting his legs and repositioning my aim and getting the kill on Echo, so we got ourselves in a good position. So right there, I ask him if he has nades because we're locating the utility and called out that the shield was on the double window. And, I can burn for any ADSs that's in this position, and he can just nade, get rid of the shield. Because this shield is very effective. It allows them to, just sit there very passive. And, we can't really push into it. You're gonna be into a really weird gunfight. The only way you can get killed by it is from the red double door because the wall will be soft. Okay, so we weren't able to get the mute off either. I should actually probably got Sledge to go above and shoot the mute jammers off, but I wasn't thinking very clearly this game.
Does he have a shotio? What does he have? Take that gunfight, Good.
I tell Good to take the gunfight, which was probably not the smartest. We were trying to act off information once again. I forgot that shield was there, but once he dies from that angle, I realized that I need to rotate immediately and try to push into red double. Okay, so I call out that we should push double door like coffee. The coffee machine is tucked on the left, so that's what we're kind of forced to do. I see that they probably don't know that we rotated, unless they, maybe have an echo drone. So I shoot right here, prone level, because, he's probably crouched. So I'm willing to bet that I can get the frag on Mozzie. And luckily, I actually, get the frag. I get a headshot.
You have a drone?
No.
I've seen deep shield as well. Like, don't shield.
Hold up.
do you wanna do then?
Just watch one. I'm droning him out right now. Nobody's close to left. He's not on shield.
Sounds like he's bunker, yeah.
My positioning here was a little bit interesting. I wouldn't have done this. I should have tucked myself in the coat closet instead of going around to small. I honestly don't know what I was thinking here. This was a very bad position. If this mute somehow ended up like bakery, I would have got smoked with the diffuser. So I made a huge mistake here.
He's back bakery. Yeah, K1.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna smoke out and hold on.
Maybe go for the vault.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Now this smoke is very, very bad. What I was trying to do was smoke close on the feet holes so he couldn't like just see my feet and shoot me. I like another smoke would have been good. It was farther on the double door, so mute would have to push into it. Once again, wasn't playing the best. It was a bad smoke grenade, so yeah, just be wary of how you're using your smoke grenades. Yeah, see? Look how awful that is. Like, it's in the middle of, like, middle of double. I also use the ace charge for sound. I pre-fire just in case, you know, because I kind of screwed myself with the smoke grenade. And I just run through the smoke and I start planning. I kind of put Nomad in a bad position because Mute could have just ran through it probably and just smoked me. Luckily he didn't. And the reason why I plan it here is because default plan is like behind the shelf, and he could have C4'd, and my first mindset was just getting this plant down, so I plan it on the bomb.
Planning on bomb, wait.
He wasted it, as you can tell.
No,
Double, under double.
I let him up here. I put myself in a very stupid position here as well, peeking, because like I was trying to force him to take gunfights here, and I should have played a little bit more of a refrag value off Nomad's contact. Basically, if Nomad was shooting and if he was dying, I swing and it should be an easy kill. But what happens here is I overextend because I'm like, yo, this man's lit. Like I got this easy frag. I get smoked.
he smoked me. I shot over his head.
Because, you know, he anticipated me going on the double window. So, like, I put myself in a very predictable position, which was very smart on his side for smoking me. And it's something that you should try to avoid, is being predictable.
He's 1 HP, Odie.
Odie puts himself in a very passive angle here. He's watching the feed hole. He's kind of forcing Mew to go in that diffuser and try to defuse. The defuse time is 7 seconds, so he was actually in the right here. He does have 3 stuns in pocket. He can just stun over the bar shelf, or he can just stun from double, and you know, he should be more than fine. As you can tell, it worked. He was defusing. He stopped defusing because the stuns. Odie was smart to not just push him because stun grenades are very inconsistent. Mew is forced now to swing him. He's 1 HP, like I said. He's very low. So, like, he shoots his toe and, like, he's dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's 1 HP, good shit.
If we would have lost that, that would have been my fault. 100%.
Y'all should try to work windows, but watch
I'll
get
do it
somebody to
after
run
I
watch
know
window.
Now, right there, I say they should work windows, because what happens on Cafe with a lot of players is they just end up sitting on roof, man. They just sit up here, they bait, they peek these stupid little hatches, and then when time winds down, they end up just dropping into it and then getting shotgunned in the face. So when you play windows, for example, like piano window, minibar window, you're pressuring in different ways, which is, you know, the main objective on attack is to make defenders feel very uncomfortable. You know, once we drop the hatch, I get the wall, and somebody's repelling, you know, the person has to watch a lot of angles, and there's a lot of, you know, fragging potential off these angles. You just got to watch for them to jump out windows, because that's what happens. That's why I tell them to kind of not bunch up, but just repel with each other in different areas. So like if somebody does jump out a window, it's a refrag value.
I'm nomading red.
Ozzy got one of my drones, man.
I'm gonna go on the repel and try to get the stuff off.
Right there, I should have put myself in a better position to throw and shoot the Mozzie pest. I could have actually probably shot it from the roof. So once again, it's me just wasting utility. Like absolutely wasting utility. Right here, you kind of have to keep your gun up and expect somebody to swing, because they do have man advantage and they're going to play off of, you know, them having man advantage. So this is what I'm trying to do on here on Red Stairs, is trying to act off the intel that I last had, which was Jaeger was in, like, piano side.
Hey, good shit.
And Ace was playing off my contact, which was really good. And then somebody else swung, and I ended up getting that frag, and we started to have man advantage
Guy
again.
mini. That's the guy mini. How many red flanks do we have?
Just one.
You should also be very aware of where your drones are at. That's why I asked them, for example, because just in case, you know, one of the live people are alive, we can definitely move one of those drones if drones are just bunched up watching the same angles.
The far freeze the door.
He stuns out.
I think he's in long.
Yeah, he might be under bar now.
Oh my god.
Good shit.
Ace had a really good round there. Him stunning out using his utility. Immediately the impact, like the Zofia stun, went off, so that gave him a notification basically that that person was close and in this general direction. She either had to be tucked in freezer or in the around longbow or even cart, which I don't think she was cart. She was freezer, like he said, because it immediately went off. There's no delay with the stun.
No, bakery is full clear.
Okay.
Okay, so they called out bakery was clear. So I tell them immediately to act off the information, because you never know if somebody's gonna rotate in, you know, and push through and get an easy frag.
I'm staying on the drone. Take that shit.
What about prep?
No idea. I'm not wasting a drone yet.
Nobody's in right now. Nobody's in right.
The drone placement was awful. I don't know why they were droning when I'm droning and I say I'm droning. Bad position, to be honest, to waste that many drones. Somebody swings prep, they get 3+ drones.
You guys are throwing like fucking 2 drones in front of prep door as well.
I'm also noticing that my Nomad put a small bakery cam, so I'm rotating my drone so I don't bunch up.
Play the holes.
I'm watching swing right now.
I'm holding your small big.
Okay, so they cage tricked the wall, and you're gonna notice something that costed us the round. What I do next, and it's the reason why I'm not personally the best ace. And to be honest, my judgment this entire game was very bad. So this round, once again, is on me. It's minor mistakes like this for the reason why we lost this game, in my opinion.
Hey, you just hated that shit? The fuck? Yeah, it's at the very top right there on ping. Yo, in between stove 1 and stove 2, laying down, mute. Did you get the shit off?
And look, I ace the top of the goddamn above the ace, which allows mute to shoot it off. And we can't vault through this. I should have threw it either lower or at the very bottom here so we can crouch through. I made a huge mistake and this costed us the round.
I have a red.
I ended up getting the frag, and this is what I was talking about at the start of the video when it comes down to like what players do wrong. Our last few attacking rounds, we stall out. Like, we have man advantage. It's a 4v3, and we're kind of all just holding dead angles, which none of them are peeking into. We're not able to jump in the breach, and they know that, so they don't really need to peek us that aggressively. And this was my fault once again, and it kind of forces us to push either red into a double or prep, which they realize and they start taking advantage.
Yo, double door. Last scene.
Oh, one above.
Yeah, and then Gomez is above. He's playing the train angle, and he knows, like, that was a very smart play of him. Like, we are just stuck in bakery. Like, yeah.
Yeah, above, man.
Gomez smokes 2 of them.
Did we not know that they?
My thought process here is the only way I'm gonna win this is smoking myself out, crouch walking through the smoke, and then fragging the person off on double window.
I don't think you guys are gonna be able to push side.
Yeah, he's right side double door window.
I'm holding Bert.
Yeah, we stalled out too much, man.
Putting whiskey. I think it's.
Something I like doing on Cafe Kitchen is going to the double door and punching the barricade and just looking for drones, because a lot of people just sit their drones AFK outside the double. Killing a simple drone economy like this is good because, you know, it's easy drones. I also try throwing my Cade in bakery. This is a little bit very you're able to see this very easily. If you place it right, it's very invisible, but
3 drones down.
now something I call out is how many drones I shot and how many's left, for example. And I play my prep for Jaeger. Jaeger's playing very passive, and we're just playing off of shooting drones, and I'm just trying to play off his contact.
They have a jackal.
I noticed that they have an ace, and usually what happens if there's no utility on the single wall, they're gonna get that from small bakery. Now usually I have somebody playing red / Harry Potter, which is Odie, but he's kind of getting pressured in coat, so I have the Cade charge in pocket, so I throw it and end up getting an ace off.
Yeah, I got you.
I Cade tricked the ace.
That side east cam stuff too.
Another drone coming in bakery. I actually can't shoot drones. It's 40
I can't shoot drones, by the way.
The other one in small.
Heard. I'm watching.
Small and
Pushing Pushed in your red hole. Sounds like one's whiskey. Unsure though.
Now, once again, you need to play off your teammates' contact. For example, I'm calling out what I'm watching. I'm still watching his small. It kind of gives them the comfortability to just worry about bakery, like double.
the soft wall. And right side.
Low to B3, low to B6. Swing the base.
See, I just keep pre-firing. I couldn't hit my shots because I'm a little shaky. I'm not gonna lie. Coffee got to me. I get that frag and I immediately push back because I know I need to play off Bandit's contact.
He's on the
We end up putting it in a 2v2, which is good.
pushing up into prep. Both prep. Kill their Maverick and the ace is dead. They have to go doorways. Just don't peek.
Now, Sledge rotates up top to try to get a pick and start playing vertical and pressuring me. And I end up getting absolutely dunked on here.
Yeah. Sledge just fucking ate me up, man. He's 35, bro.
It leaves Bandit in a very sticky predicament.
Window. Last one's above 35.
Which Jackal, in my opinion, what Jackal should have done is maybe wait and play off Sledge's contact. Because I don't know if Sledge was just gonna play up top and play vertical and watch like the double door, but I'm not too sure what they were doing. But he basically gave him his one, which was good. That aces pushed up and got that aggressive.
Last scene.
You can also leave. You have bomb.
He does have bomb, by the way, so immediately like he just runs away, which is smart. A lot of players end up sitting in sight, sitting in a random corner, but if you know you have bomb and they have 7 seconds to plant, and they're coming from a general direction, just leave sight and then try to hear if they're planning or if they're trying to get the frag. As you can tell, 7 seconds, he doesn't have bomb yet. By the time he gets in the sight, it's gonna be 5, and then there's gonna be 2 seconds left where he's gonna have to be planning, and then it's just an easy frag. And then he just gets an easy C4 and we get the round.
C3.
See, I start droning out, and what they do here is they have Jaeger playing on C3, and they're playing Nitros from below. They're playing a very passive, safe, like, angles. They have a lot of shields up top. Once again, good ADS placement because it plays off the shield that's right here. A lot of Jaegers don't do this in lower ranks. You need to understand where the utility is being placed so you can place your ADSs around it. I'm droning out and I'm trying to call out all the utility that's around it. I noticed that we're kind of stalling out here and pushing the same area. So I asked him to sledge me into freezer so we can kind of pinch a little bit easier.
Are they barricaded off their pillar door from sight?
Thank you.
I aced the wall so it kind of pressures Jaeger to get off that shield. I placed it a little low, by the way.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm on your red flag.
I shouldn't use ace. I'm actually awful. We should have done a horizontal take once we noticed they had a pulse, in my opinion, because them having this many C4s absolutely destroyed us. Like, what are we supposed to do in this scenario? I hear somebody's pillar though, so like they're giving me calls, so I'm trying to act off this info.
Right under you.
40 seconds on.
Okay, right here, even though good, I don't know where you got this call out from about Jaeger. We know that Pulse or like somebody is under the new. Like he's tucked in the corner there. So a big mistake I did was I went to push pillar door because I was like, damn, we only have 30 seconds. There's not much time left. We should have funneled maybe white and laundry hatch. We made a huge mistake doing this, and like just me in general, it was just badly executed into like the late round. So I didn't act off information properly, and it's something that you need to be aware of so you can actually cut into their defense.
Right now, I'm building it.
Okay, we gotta make something happen here though.
Yeah. You guys have
We're stalling the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah, maybe tough.
I'm gonna just drop pillar, I guess.
Deep pillar.
See, my thought process was I'm going to drop pillar, even though I have bomb, and then maybe keep my gun up and try to get one of the frags. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just maybe pushed in the sight.
20.
Yep.
I get shot from mining. The guy is under new, which I know that he is. And, they just played a good crossfire and got the frag.
Under, new.
Maverick's in sight already, and, like, he couldn't, get the gunfight down. And we lost. But everything I said in this video, you should take it into account because I'm facing like really good players and like breaking down my mistakes. There's a lot of things that I just learned from even watching this and things that there's things that I definitely wish I did in this game that like honestly, like a lot of mistakes. Even though I top fragged, this is why like kills really don't matter. Even though I did top frag, got 11 kills, that's cool. At the end of the day, I made very minor mistakes that made us lose. Like I misused ace in a lot of predicaments. I stalled out in a lot of predicaments, and I put my positioning was very bad. For example, like the very last round, I dropped pillar. I knew that there was 2 people possibly off site, and that would leave a 3-on-2 on site if we took it, which is an advantage basically because we can just play refrag, and then the other 2 would have to rotate into us. So just be aware of how you're attacking. Make sure you're acting off information, and don't be scared of higher ranks or even better people, because this is the best way that you can learn from people. And especially with the new match replay system, it's definitely going to be helpful for a lot of you players if you want to go back, look at your positioning, and just break it down. Because I know for me, this is the only way that I'm going to improve, is looking at, you know, VODs like this, going into match replay, looking at my positioning, looking at how I'm taking gunfights, how I'm using my utility. And as you can tell, a lot of predicaments I was using my utility very wrong, my smokes, my ace charges, and I was just forcing a lot of stuff. When you start to play into this very weird gameplay of like worrying if you're going to make a mistake, you're going to play very bad. And that's how I was playing. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, sub, and comment. And I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Link will be down in the description. Come through sometime. Come say what's up. How you doing, Garfield? But besides that, have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching the video.